This area was bought in 1637, so it's really old. It's been here really the whole time. Harvard's been here. It was here before it was called Harvard. And all these buildings that you see are first-year dormitories. So,
nice.
Yeah, it's really nice for the first year. So you don't get lost, which is nice. You're like right in the middle of everything, and they assign you your roommate. They try to like match you up nicely. So you get treated very well in the first year. They like want you to like it. Get settled. So all of these are freshman dorms, except for two and a half of them. So this building here is the half. The first two floors are where our first year students live there. And the bottom floor is actually the president's office.
Really?
President's office?
Yeah. She works like right under where students live. It's funny, and they say that so after you get into Harvard, they send you this form, and it asks you all about how you live, what time do you go to bed, how loud are you, what kind of music do you like. And they say that they do that so they can match you up with a roommate, but also they let the president choose the quietest students to live right above her, they say. So Drew Faust is the president of the university. She's the first female president of Harvard, and she's great. She's very eloquent. She's very passionate about financial aid, keeping the college sort of equal opportunity. Everybody really likes her, which is good. I haven't really actually heard anybody like voice a complaint about her yet. Maybe she hasn't been in office long enough, but people really like her. So this building here is the oldest building at Harvard, still standing. It was built in 1720. And if you're from other places, that's sort of young, but for us, that's very old. And it's a cool building because during the Revolutionary War, George Washington brought his soldiers through here, and they stayed at Harvard overnight. They needed a place to sort of sleep and eat and relax, and they were out of bullets. They didn't have any more ammo. So what they did was they took all of the metal that was in this building, all the doorknobs and the window locks and things like that, and they took all of it and they melted it down to make more bullets, which is very cool.
You know?
They're replaced now, for sure. I mean, that was in like the 1700s. They definitely replaced all the doorknobs and stuff, but at the time, they took it all so they could use it to fight, and Harvard actually sued them for doing this, which is ridiculous. Harvard sued the federal government, which didn't exist yet, so I don't know who they sued, but they won. So Harvard is sort of like the man in like the bad way. But it's okay. So it always gets what it wants. But Mass Students Hall, very old. That's sort of it. So I said 2.5 buildings. The next building is this one here, Harvard Hall. So Harvard Hall, this is the third time that they built a Harvard Hall on campus. The first time it was like down over there, made of wood, termites got to it, fell to the ground. So they realized they need to make it out of something stronger. They built it again on this spot, 1720, and they wanted it to be like the big, important building on campus. They put everything in it. But student housing, student dining, classrooms, and most importantly, they put the big library with all the books, and all the books that John Harvard donated to Harvard. They were extremely rare and extremely valuable, such that if you took a book out of that library overnight, you were expelled. You were not allowed to take a book out. And one night, there was a student, and he was writing a paper, and he needed a book that was in that library, and he waited to the last minute to write the paper. We do this. It's a mistake. Then you end up staying up all night. But he realized that he was not going to finish the paper before the library closed, so he needed to essentially steal a book in order to finish it. So he had to decide would he not turn in the paper or would he instead steal the book. Naturally, he decided to steal the book. Students always hand in their papers. I don't know how we do it, but somehow at like 5 in the morning, we always get it done. So he decided to steal this book, took it back to his room. He worked all night, and he was hoping that like really early in the morning when he was done, he could go right when the library was opening and return it and not get caught. Which would have been totally fine, except that there had been a conference there the night before, and they had been there late into the night and it had gotten very cold. And when the student returned to the library, expecting to find sort of a normal library, he instead found a huge, just ashes everywhere. There had been a fire the night before and everything was totally destroyed. Absolutely everything. The conference sirens had lit a fire to keep the building building warmed, and the entire building burned to the ground. So the student realized that because he had taken this book out of the library, he had the only book left in this extremely valuable collection that was now completely destroyed. So he had to sort of, like, embarrassed, like, walk up to the president and say, I'm really sorry that I stole this book, but it's really great that I did it because now we still have this book and all the others are destroyed. And the president thanked him for the book and apparently expelled him on the spot.
Oh my God, the president here?
Oh.
Yeah, wow. Oh, it's because Ted Kennedy is being awarded an